I'm kind of reluctant to say anything anymore. I mean, when I put up this channel, I wasn't going to promote it. I guess I need to realize that I'm saying things that to the average person are going to be kind of freaking them out. There are dark forces in this world. They're real. They're deadly. They're dangerous. They're destructive. And yes, they can harm you and even kill you. But pretending these forces don't exist isn't going to work. I just put up a video complaining about how people don't want to believe these conspiracy theories. Well, fear is one of the reasons. I'm kind of a weird person. I don't get scared easy, as most people do. But I need to realize that people do get scared of these things. I've also survived many threats on my life. And they're not all just coming from human sources. There's no question that the CIA, that NSA or somebody is spying on me. There's no question about that. There's a lot of weird things that a lot of you probably won't even believe. But there's also spiritual forces, spiritual attacks against me. I've survived them all. Okay? I'm not worried about it. I don't fear death because I know there's a better world. And Satan can't take my soul. I can give it to him, but he can't take it. Okay, and as long as and that's the same thing with you. Satan cannot take your soul. You can hand it to him, okay, but he can't take it. So, even if you die a horrible death, it's better than going to hell, okay, because you're going to go to a much better place. So to try to ease some of your fears, yes, there is a force of darkness, okay. There's also a force of good, a force of light, and the light is stronger than the evil. The reason why the evil seems to be stronger than the good is because there's not enough people that are putting up a whole lot of resistance to the evil. Not enough resistance to the evil. I mean, evil couldn't do anything if people didn't let it. Because God is stronger. You can turn to God, and God can protect you. I've seen it happen. One thing I have found recently, I've started trying to get to the oldest Christian teachings, because it's obvious that the churches are flawed. And part of the reason is that, the further away you get from the actual days of Jesus Christ, the more watered down the teachings get. I'm trying to get to the deepest core of what Christianity was really about. And so I've studied like the Orthodox Church, especially the old Orthodox teachings. And they have this thing they call the Jesus Prayer, where you, like a mantra, you say, Lord Jesus Christ, forgive me, I'm a sinner. I like the old version better because I want to get to the core. Originally Christianity was not a religion of greed and warmongering like it has been for the past 1700 years. When Constantine took over Christianity, it has become kind of a religion of greed and warmongering. Yes, there's good Christians. The church has still done good deeds. So I don't want to, what I said might offend a lot of modern Christians, but there's never a church that doesn't have some good people in it. I learned to read orders a while ago, and it's one church I belonged to. The pastor had black in his aura, which is the worst color you can have. He was later defrocked for screwing around on his wife, but I knew then he was not really a good person. He was a great showman. Had a great flock because he knew how to put on a show, and not more people like that. But there was this one lady in the church. She had white in her aura. White is a rare color. As a rule, the people in church have brighter colors than the non-people do. So, it does help to go to church and be involved with the church, all denominations. But there's some evil forces in all churches. But this one lady, we called her the Candy Lady. She always gave out candy to kids. She wasn't highfalutin. She wasn't arrogant. Like the pastor was quite arrogant. She wasn't arrogant at all. She was this kind lady who liked to give candy to kids. Of course, she maybe didn't realize candy really isn't good for kids, but she thought she was being loving. She was being caring. She had white in her aura. She was real. Okay, she was a real Christian, a true Christian. Anyway, the Illuminati. First level is it doesn't exist. Okay? It's just tinfoil hat, wacko conspiracy theorists that believe that there's Illuminati. For those who don't buy that one, got a little bit more, look into it a little more deeply and think, there's something going on here. If you don't believe that one, there's another layer of disinformation. Okay, it did exist in the 1700s. This, I can't even remember her name, but it was just one guy in Bavaria, just short range. It was only in Bavaria and just lasted a short time. Case closed. Okay, if you don't believe that one, then the next level is, okay, the Illuminati still exists, but it's a benevolent organization. Yeah, they believe in enlightenment and liberty. Statue of Liberty is actually the goddess Columbia, the patron saint of the Illuminati, and the ever-burning torch is their symbol. There happens to be an ever-burning flame on the funeral of Elvis, Gandhi, JFK, but I don't have time to get into all those details. And they want you to believe that, they're a benevolent organization, but for those who go to the deepest darkest to find out what the Illuminati really is, it's not benevolent. Yes, they do worship Lucifer, the light bearer, but you find out it's not the bright white light of heaven, it's the flames of hell, the flames of a burning city, plague victims being burned, the flames of war. Okay, it's not the brilliant white pure light of heaven. Okay, and it's evil, it's satanic. Okay, and to get to the bottom of it, the Illuminati was created by Amschel Rothschild, I believe, when 12 other Jewish gold merchants founded the Illuminati. And I started finding out that a lot of the high-ranking people in all this thing were Jewish. And so I started talking about that. Then I started collecting all these fanatical, what you might call neo-Nazi types on my channel, which a lot of these people were nuts and jerks, and so I'm attracting a lot of all the wrong people, and all I'm trying to do is get to the truth and tell the truth. Now, I don't think most Jews are part of this deep, dark conspiracy, but there is a dark side of Judaism. Okay, I believe these are the descendants of the people that killed Christ. How do I know that? It's a sneaking feeling that I have, but it's also, I've always been good at puzzles, and you don't have to have the whole puzzle put together to get a general idea of what it's about. I mean, if 25% of the pieces, you can generally tell it's a seascape. Okay, it's a desert. Okay, it's a city skyline. It's some kittens playing with yarn on the floor. You can generally get an idea what the picture is with only 25% or less of the pieces. Okay, I don't have all the pieces, but there's enough of it there. There is a dark side of Judaism. Okay, I'm not, you want to call me an anti-Semite, a Nazi, and all these other names. Okay, I mean, even the Bible mentions there's a dark side of Judaism. I mean, you read 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Corinthians. It talks about these Jews kept going down into wickedness, getting involved with satanic things like human sacrifice, burning children alive, and satanic orgies that the Bible just kind of hints at, doesn't go into the details of the stuff. It's still going on today, okay? This is still these Rothschilds and other, it's not just Jews, there are non-Jews that are doing it, but there are some satanic elements within the Jewish community, and they want to destroy the world, they want to enslave the world. There's 5 qualities that evil has, okay? 1, it's arrogant. 2, it's unreasonable. 3, it's insane. 4, it's destructive. And last but not least, it's self-destructive. So, that's what evil is. You can't make sense of it. It just wants to destroy. Now, one of the obvious goals of these people is greed and power, okay? But it's more than just that. They want to destroy. They want to get the world down to 500 million. And they haven't denied that. Bill Gates is a member of the Council of 300, the Illuminati, better known as the Bilderberg Group, okay? Microsoft is part of this thing to try to enslave you. That's why nowadays they ban, you cannot install Linux on a modern computer. It has to be Microsoft Windows, in which has got backdoors and spyware and other stuff built right into it. You don't have to have antivirus software with Linux. Like, you got to pay money for antivirus, and there's still viruses in it, even with the antivirus software. That's another story. Well, so all these conspiracies that go on, and this goes back hundreds of years. These people have tried to destroy mankind. They want to dumb down, corrupt, poison mankind, and ultimately destroy the world, okay? Whether not all of them, I think, are aware of it. Not on there's different levels. Some of them are in lower levels. Some of them just think they're involved with organized crime and making a few bucks. And some of them are at the deepest, darkest levels where they're doing exorcist type stuff, or even worse, the Dark Lord Sauron type stuff. I mean, really evil stuff. And like I said, I don't want, before you get too afraid, you can call on Christ through prayer and other things that can protect you from this. I know. I'm living in the house where there was a murder. A lot of weird stuff was going on here when I first moved in. All that stuff is abated because I do a lot of prayer and meditation. Okay? If I can do it, you can do it.